Hello everyone and welcome to this video on using Truffle for smart contract deployment. I'm excited to take you through the essentials of using Truffle, a powerful deployment development framework for Ethereum. By the end of this video, you will have a comprehensive understanding of how to set up your environment, write, test and deploy smart contracts using Truffle. Let's dive right in. So these are the key topics we are going to cover in this video. I'll introduce you to Truffle, then we'll see how to set up the development environment, and then we will write the smart contracts and deploy it on the test network, and then I'll give you the conclusion summary. Truffle is development framework for Ethereum that simplifies the development process for smart contracts. It provides tools for writing, testing, and deploying smart contracts efficiently. Think of Truffle as an integrated development environment (IDE) for blockchain development, providing everything you need to build, test, and deploy smart contracts. It also includes features such as scriptable development and migrations framework, network management for deploying to public and private networks, and a built-in smart contract compilation, linking, and binary management. Now we'll see how to set up the development environment. To start using Truffle, we'll need to set up this development environment for sure. This includes first of all installing node.js, which you might have done already. If you have not, then do it. You can do it by visiting the node.org website. Then we will install npm, the package manager of node.js. It comes automatically with node.js. It is used to install libraries and tools necessary for your project. Then we will install Truffle. Run the command npm install gtruffle to install Truffle framework globally on your system. Then we will install the Ganesh CLI. Run npm install Ganesh CLI to install a local Ethereum blockchain for testing. Ganesh CLI simulates the Ethereum network, allowing you to develop and test your smart contracts in a safe environment. Setting up your development environment is like preparing a workshop with all the necessary tools for building a project. Creating a new Truffle project involves a few simple steps. Create a project directory using mkdir mytruffle project. Then navigate to the project directory using the cd command, and then initialize the project by running truffle init to set up the basic structure of a Truffle project, including directories for contracts, migrations, tests, and a configuration file. This process sets up a new folder structure for organizing all the files and resources needed for your smart contract development. Now let's write and compile our smart contracts. Here are the steps. First, place your Solidity code in the contracts directory. Solidity is the programming language used for writing smart contracts on Ethereum. Then use the command truffle compile to check for errors and prepare it for development. Then verify the compilation. Ensure that the compilation was successful and the contract is ready for deployment. Now we will see an example of the Solidity code we will be using. So this is the example Solidity code we will be using in this project. First of all, in the first line, it writes Pragma Solidity 0.8.0. This defines the version of the Solidity we are using. Here it is 0.8.0 and above. Then we define a contract. Contract is like a class in other programming languages, and here its name is message contract. In this we declare a public state variable message of type string. Then we make two functions, set message and get message. Through the previous videos you already know what these functions do. Then also I'll revise once. The set message functions defines and takes a string message and sets it to variable message, and the get message defines a function that returns the value of the message variable. To deploy our smart contract, follow these steps. First of all, place it in the migrations directory. This script tells Truffle how to deploy your contract. Then start the Ganesh CLI to set up a local Ethereum environment. Use Ganesh/CLI to start the local blockchain. Then use the command truffle migrate dash dash network development to deploy your contract to the local blockchain. Here is a simple deployment script you can use to deploy the contract. The first line imports the compiled contract. The second line imports a function, exports a function that receives a deployer object. And the last line uses the deployer to deploy the message contract to the blockchain. You can use this script for deployment of your project. Once your contract is deployed, you can interact with it using the Truffle console or by writing scripts. This involves calling function and querying the contract state. For example, to interact with a deployed contract, we will be using this script. I'll explain this script to you. This is basically Fundamentals of JavaScript. The first line imports the Web3 library to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. The second line is the line for the ABI, which is application binary interface, is a JSON array that describes deployed contracts, methods, and events. The third line is the address where your contract is deployed. Then we make a asynchronous function in which we first connect to the local blockchain, then we create a contract instance, then we retrieve a list of accounts from the blockchain, and then we call the set message function on the contract, and later we call the get message function to retrieve the message. The console.log logs the message to the console. Testing is crucial in smart contract deployments. Truffle makes it easy to write and run tests. First, we will place them in the test directory. These scripts check that your contract functions correctly. Then we will use the command truffle test and then ensure all the test parts and the smart contract function correctly. Now we will see the test script. So this is the script we will be using to test the contract. First, the first line imports the compiled contract. Then we make a contract which defines a test suite for the message contract. Then we define a test case. Later we retrieve the deployed contract instance and call the set message and get message functions. The last line alert.equal asserts that the message is set correctly. The Truffle console is a powerful tool for interacting with your Ethereum blockchain and deployed contracts directly from the command line. First of all, start the console by using Truffle console, by using the command Truffle console. Then you can interact with the contract with using this JavaScript. This JavaScript basically retrieves the deployed contracts, call the set message and get message function, and the console.log message logs the message to the console. Using the Truffle console is like using a command line interface to interact with a database or server. Deploying to a testnet allows you to test your application in a real-world environment before deploying to the mainnet. The steps include, first of all, obtaining a testnet ether from a faucet. Then configure Truffle for the testnet and deploy the contract using truffle migrate -- network ropsten. Here's how you can configure truffleconfig.js for a testnet. You can use this JavaScript for the testnet. This JavaScript basically imports the HD wallet provider to sign transactions. Then you have to replace your Infura project ID with your actual Infura project ID and your MetaMask mnemonic with your actual wallet's MetaMask mnemonic. Then we define the network configurations, and then with development we configure for the local development network. Then by ropsten we configure for the ropsten testnet, and then we set up the provider for ropsten, and then compilers contains the specific Solidity compiler version. In conclusion, Truffle is a powerful framework that streamlines the Ethereum development process. It provides essential tools for writing, testing, and deploying smart contracts. The key takeaways from this video are: Truffle simplifies the Ethereum development workflow. It includes features for creating, testing, and deploying the contracts. Testing and using the Truffle console are vital for development, and deploying to a testnet allows to further testing and feedback before going live. To reinforce what we have learned, try to follow the hand-on task. These tasks will help you to get a better grip on the project. This will solidify your understanding of Truffle for smart contract development. Thank you for watching.